So it's Saturday afternoon, this is a typical day at the garage. So we've got Fraser's car in and I'm rubbing down the front wing. You can see here that it's been pretty rusty, but this is just going to touch it up for the winter. We've also got his sill to do as well. And he was a wee bit worried about the battery. So what do you think the problem was? It was just too low, or?
Just while it's sitting, it takes a wee while to switch on, and just as I was coming across the Berwick, the car slipped out of gear, and if it was the Multitronic or whatever the system's called, Mechatronic, it would have stuck in that one gear. So I switched the car off, switched it back on, it selected fine. It's got a few electrical gremlins in it, so.
It has, aye. But one by one we're going to sort them all out. But I think today's job is getting the wing done, which will take...
the enemy of all my cars.
Rust.
Rust.
But we've got cars of a certain age. So as usual, you know, on a Saturday afternoon, the MX-5 wouldn't start, so we've got that going. I'm working away on the A2, but it's got a flat battery as well, so I had to take the battery out of the black A2 just to get it running again. And we found Fraser plugged in his OBD2 and we found out one or two codes flashed up, which I'll show you just in a minute, and we'll get that sorted. Have a look in the computer and maybe try and do something about that. But I think Glenn's coming down later on as well with his new car, which we don't know what it is yet, which we'll find out as soon as he turns that corner. So I've sorted the water pipe, and now I've had the engine running for a while, and there seems to be a little problem with it because when you press the throttle there's a terrible lag of maybe 1-2 seconds before it picks up revs. So I've got Fraser in today, and if we start it up, Fraser, and you can see him pressing the throttle there, and it just takes a second. Just to rev up. So he's brought his little Amazon OBD2 tool today, the cheapest one on Amazon, just to try it and see if it flashes up any codes, which it has. So we've got a thermostat heater control circuit open, camshaft position sensor, and mass or air flow circuit low, which is the is that the MAF sensor?
I think so.
Is that them all?
Sometimes I've had that one on my car and it's just coming up with nothing.
Oh, right.
Over that one,
right.
The sensor could be reporting that it is actually out of position, and the sensor is not faulty.
All right.
So you can go online and check out these codes at our website and then see exactly what it says.
Right, I'll have to do that. I'll have to go in and check the codes online and see exactly what it is and get the problem fixed. So this is Fraser's TT, and we both went in a jolly to get it last year, and you've had it about 6 months now, yeah? But it's a 3.2 Quattro, and it was the one that he wanted, and this is about the cheapest in the land. But there were one or two issues with it when he got it, and you've had it in the garage recently, and what was wrong with it again?
What wasn't wrong with it?
There's a huge list. But it's got kind of the stock Audi TT leather interior, and everything works on it except, you know, the little digital display in the dash, which is a little bit pixelated, but I'm sure speak nicely to Tom Cunningham, we'll be able to sort that, but it's not too bad. It's a V6 and it's got some note. Just start it up. And you always drive this thing with a big grin in your face, like that. But I think on the whole you're quite pleased with this car, Fraser, aren't you?
Dead chuffed with this car. It's kind of exactly what I was setting out for. I wanted the 3.2 Quattro, and I fell in love with the sound of the car. It sounds incredible.
Well, I agree there, yeah.
Dead happy with it.
And it can go as well.
Yeah.
I can verify that.
There isn't actually much difference in terms of performance between this and the 1.8 turbo. It's just I wanted to go back to kind of a naturally aspirated car, kind of like the MX-5 is. This is double the engine capacity as the MX-5.
MX-5 is a good little car. This is a good handling little car as well. With it being the Quattro.
Oh, aye.
I really like it. But it's a good investment. You know, didn't pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah, the cheapest one in the country.
Aye.
And all the way up to
It literally was.
for it.
But we spent quite a bit of sort of money, garage money on it, sorting out the tracking on the front and a couple of other issues with it. But on the whole, it's quite a good car. Here's a funny thing, it costs Fraser less to insure the TT than it does to insure the A2 TDI. Why that is, I've no idea. So what do we do on a cold October day? Bodywork, of course. There you go, put a bit of primer on it now, rub that filler down and then wait till the primer sets, rub it down again and then put some top coat on. So we're about ready to put the primer on now. We've got the filler all rubbed down and we've got the paint rubbed back as well on here, and we'll just give it a coat of primer and then, well, probably 2 or 3 coats of primer and then rub it down with some 600 wet and dry just to get it lovely and smooth before we put the top coat on. But I'm a bit of a dab hand with the old P38 because I've had years and years of Mark II Escorts and you know, shoveling on them in the past and just making them good. So we'll get this on now. Temptation is to put on too much, but I've got a nice little skim on there. I'll put another couple of coats on in a minute. And now for the top coat. This is very much a make a man do job because he's going to get new wings and new sills for it eventually. But this will just protect it for the winter and make it look a bit more presentable than it was. That was the first thing that caught your eye, was the bubbly arches. I wish these rattle cans were on the go when I was young. It was just the little Halford specials. And believe it or not, I actually painted the whole front end of a Mark II Escort. That's the wings, the bonnet and the front panel after I ran into a hedge. There, we'll let it dry now and get a couple of coats on after this one.
Now if your dad's anything like mine, this body filler was the smell of your childhood.
It certainly is. There we go, that's the lacquer. Should be dry by now. So we'll just take it off and have a look. A little line there, but I can buff that out a wee bit. Don't go in too close. Clean that wheel as well. But it's not bad. Not bad for a temporary repair. Tidied it up for the winter. And I'll just cut that edge there. But the colour match is not bad at all. Come out for a little go in the TT, and I must say I do like the cabins of these. They're a lot better than I think a lot of the modern cars where they're kind of over designed, and it's familiar of an Audi of that period, isn't it? It's very
it's
similar.
All quality and well put together. There's no rattles or bangs or squeaks.
Yeah, the A2's a bit like that as well. Apart from the squeak in the back door.
I'll forget about that one.
But oh, we're heading into Tesco. There we go. There's a road test for you. So we'll see what it's like in the car park. Of course, Fraser does the youthful thing. Press the throttle slightly. You never catch me doing that.
You go into sport mode.
In sport mode in Tesco car park. There you go. There you go. That's us finished in Tesco. So got my Red X, sausage roll, Marmite hummus. I love it, but not to be consumed together.
The two most decisive things ever, hummus and Marmite. Let's put them together.
We're spotted Red X.
I'll drink it.
That'll make you go. So we're going to head out onto the bypass now and see what she's made of, and do my little acceleration test. So the writing's going to be on the wall here. He's nothing to beat. He's only got an Audi A2 and a BMW Compact 1.8 Ti. So the target figure is, you shouldn't really say this because it's above the speed limit, but it's 7. What was it in the Ti? Was it 95? I think it was.
Oh, was it?
No, I think it was. I think it was about 75. I'll have to look back in my videos. So we're going to head away out there and give it a go.
This would be 85, 90.
Well, he's put his
within the legal limits.
He's put his cards on the table now, so we'll just see what it can do. So we're at the junction now, and he's got a wee bit of an advantage here because he's got the DSG gearbox. But he did say it missed a gear the other day, so I probably need to miss about another 3 before the BMW wins. But we'll just edge up to the junction now and give it a go up the hill, up the sign. So we're off. Changing there. Sign's approaching, he's already beat the BMW. And we're up the sign now, and we're up to, well, it was 10 miles an hour more than the BMW. And look at the smile on that face. So there's no doubt that the TT VR6 has got a bit of pace about it. I was certainly impressed that. It's got a lovely note, hasn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and it can certainly, you know, for a four-wheel drive car, just get up and go.
The
So
note
and
helps you stomach the MPG cost of this. I put £50 in and I got 240 miles of range.
Oh no! If that was A2, it would have used no fuel there whatsoever. But the Audi does slightly less MPG. So here endeth the test, and that's generally what we get up to on a Saturday afternoon. A bit of washing, a bit of car repairs, you know, a bit of a laugh, and we all get together. Glenn's not here today, he must be away driving his new car, which I'm not going to tell you what it is because that's going to be in another video. So as usual, if you like the video, thumbs up.
Subscribe for more.
And subscribe for more. We'll see you soon.